I'm so fat.
Brendan, you're not fat. It's
Ground Vistara 864 request taxi to the gate. Vistara 864 taxi to gate 25 via taxiway Bravo, cross runway 14. Taxiing to gate 25 using taxiway Bravo, cross runway 14, Vistara 864.
Mumbai ground Fox 11 request taxi for north departure with Charlie.
Fox 11 taxi to and hold short of runway 14 using taxiway Alpha Bravo cross runway 14 Bravo cross runway 14. Contact tower on 132.7 when ready. Fox 11, please acknowledge.
Taxi to and hold short runway 14 using taxiway Alpha Bravo cross runway 14 Bravo cross runway 14 Fox 11. Mumbai ground Goer, Tree 9er, 6 request taxi to the gate. Goer Tree 9er 6 taxi to gate 21 using taxiway Bravo cross runway 14. Taxiing to gate 21 via taxiway Bravo cross runway 14 Goer Tree 9er 6. Mumbai ground Ifli 628 taxi to the gate. Ifli 628 taxi to gate tree 9er using taxiway Bravo cross runway 14 Bravo. Taxiing to gate tree 9er using taxiway Bravo cross runway 14 Bravo Ifli 628. Mumbai ground Ifli 5312 request taxi to the gate. Ifli 5312 taxi to gate 40 via taxiway Bravo cross runway 14. Taxiing to gate 40 via taxiway Bravo cross runway 14 Ifli 5312. Fox 11 hold position, caution other traffic. Ifli 5312 hold position, caution the departing generic. Hold position, Ifli 5312. Fox 11, did you hear my last transmission?
Hold position, Fox 11.
Fox 11, continue taxi. Fox 11, did you hear my last transmission? Ifli 5312, continue taxi. Roger, Ifli 5312.
Roger, Fox 1-1.
Roger, Ifly 5312.
Mumbai Tower Fox 1-1 ready for north departure at runway 14.
Fox 1-1 altimeter 29.9, 2 wind 270 at tree. Departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 14.
Cleared for takeoff runway 14 Fox 1-1. Mumbai Tower Fox 11 frequency change. Mumbai approach Fox 11 is type 2 miles southeast of Chhatrapati Shivaji 1,300 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Fox 11, Mumbai approach. Squawk 647 tree.
Squawk 647 tree Fox 11.
Fox 11 radar contact 3 miles southeast of Chhatrapati Shivaji, 2,600 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace Fox 11.
Fox 11, contact Mumbai Center on 132.7. Good day.
132.7 for Fox 11. Mumbai Center Fox 11 8,500 feet.
Fox 11 Mumbai Center altimeter 29.92. Continue as planned. Yankee runway 27 approach via D018Q transition. D08, you are 54 miles north. Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Expect ILS Yankee runway 27 approach via D018Q transition. Clear to D018Q. Descend and maintain 3,800 feet. Expect ILS Yankee runway 27 approach via D018Q transition. Clear to D018Q IFLY 6108.
the generic in sight.
Goer 275 traffic is 9 o'clock, 2 miles, at flight level 330. Report them in sight. Goer
What do developers build on the SendGrid API? A service to send a password reset to a confused customer.
Alright, time to start saying goodbye to India. Good morning, check out please. Thank you. Thank you very much. No problem, thank you, bye bye. Hi, good morning. Morning. You know, last time I was here at Ahmedabad airport, I was on part of my round the world in 80 hours journey, and I had like 2 hours here at Ahmedabad, believe it or not, in India. So yeah, that was the last time I was here, so it's nice to be back, just as noisy. Anyway, I'm taking a flight today with an airline called Vistara, who are India's second full-service airline. I flew with them before in premium economy, but this time I'm flying with them in business class to see what they're all about and what they're like on these domestic flights. So let's head inside and get the flight.
Scanning is done?
Yes, they scan. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm not going to miss all that rigmarole flying through airports. All the different scans and searches you have to do just to get into the terminal here is just it takes up so much time, but never mind. We're at the check-in, ready to drop me back. Good morning, check-in please. So the airport seems to have changed a bit since last time I was here. It's certainly had a bit of an update. It's not quite as bus station-like as it was last time, and it's actually got air conditioning now that seems to function, so not bad at all. Let's go and see if we can find a lounge. I think there is one next to KFC. I remember that from me around the world. Let's go. That's where I went last time. Hello, good morning. Good morning, sir. Right, in the lounge that I didn't make it to last time on this trip, I went to KFC, but it's not too bad. The sort of lounge here now. Vistara don't give lounge access apparently to business class passengers, so if you're in business class with Vistara then it's KFC for you. However, I'm using my priority pass today to get in here to the lounge at Ahmedabad airport, and there's a bit of a view over the apron. Let's see, there's a couple of planes out there, and we're flying today on an A321neo apparently, up to Delhi, so that's going to be nice. Let's see what that's about all on board. Yeah, and it's going to be quite a nice ride today up to Delhi. It's been an exhausting trip to India for me, so I'm kind of quite pleased that I'm on the home straight now and I'm on my way home. But yeah, let's see what it's like once we get on board Vistara. Alright, so the plane's just arrived. Let's go and head down to the gates and see if we can get on board.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome, thank you.
Have a nice flight.
Thank you. Alright, so on board the Vistara A321neo, look how flipping cool this is. It's a flatbed on a 90-minute ride up to Delhi. Very, very cool indeed. We've got all the seat controls down here. We've got USB 3-pin plug, power and all the rest of it there. Massive screen for the IFE. Not entirely sure how many episodes of Young Sheldon I'll get to enjoy on this flight, but we will find out for sure. But yeah, an hour and a half up to Delhi and you get a flatbed on an A321. Very, very cool. Very impressed with the seats, Vistara. Hopefully we'll be getting on our way soon. Looking forward to this tremendously. route today took me northeast from Ahmedabad to Delhi. Flight time today was 1 hour and 6 minutes, cruising at 35,000 feet. Alright then, so airborne out of Ahmedabad on the Vistara A321neo. This is my final domestic flight here in India, and I really do get the feeling that I might have inadvertently saved the best to last. This is just incredible, really, considering I've done much longer sectors in 3-3 seating on every other airline here. Even Air India's domestic business class product isn't as nice as this, and here we go. We've got an hour-long flight up to Delhi in this amazing seat, so just incredible. We do get a full breakfast service on board this flight, which I'm looking forward to trying out as we work our way up to Delhi. But yeah, I'm just going to sit back and relax and enjoy the last little scenes of India out the window. Now, like pretty much everything else in India, there is involvement in Vistara by a massive Indian company called Tata, and Tata own so many things here in India. I've stayed in their hotels while I've been here. I've ridden on transport vehicles that have been made by Tata, and now I'm on their airline as well. And it's owned jointly with Singapore Airlines, which is not difficult to see that they've got an influence in this, because it really is an incredible product. Just modern and everything. It's just so nice, and for such a short flight, and the service has just been brilliant so far. We're getting a full cooked breakfast on this flight. It's an hour-long flight. Like, if you were flying this route back in Europe, you'd get maybe a cup of coffee and a bag of crisps maybe on an hour-long flight, but no, we're getting a full cooked breakfast on our ride up to Delhi today. Lord knows how they're going to achieve it in an hour, but we will find out. But yeah, it's really cool so far anyway, as we make our way across India.
Lucidchart makes intelligent diagramming easy and helps your best ideas become real.
Alright, breakfast time. I've gone for fried egg on soup. Yeah, I've gone for fried egg on a toast, rather, with a sausage. Oh, very nice. I've got coffee on the way too. Much needed. That is a very good sausage. I do love a nice sausage. And the egg's not bad either. That's pretty decent now. Yeah, not bad for an hour-long flight, that is it. Very good. So coffee's turned up. Vistara serve Starbucks coffee on their flights, which is really nice. I enjoy Starbucks coffee anyway. Matey boy in the row in front doesn't seem quite as impressed. He's just been giving the poor flight attendant a right load of grief because he expects bean coffee when he flies in business class. I mean, come on, man. He was probably giving the flight attendant a load of grief about it and all, and refusing to drink what he was serving up. I mean, come on, she's only trying to do a job, you know. Leave the poor lass alone, but never mind. I will enjoy my Starbucks coffee, because I like Starbucks coffee. In fact, I will take any coffee I can get on a flight. It doesn't bother me. I don't expect the finest ground beans out of the backside of an elephant or whatever it is that some people expect. But yeah, I'll enjoy my coffee nonetheless. Coffee was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I'll have another cup, please. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. I got time very briefly just to try out the flatbed. We'll see what that's like. Alright, there we go, flatbed down. This is alright, isn't it? Look at this. Oh, I could get a good night's sleep here if I wanted to. Not that you get the chance to, because I think the furthest flight that these do, the A321neos, is Dubai maybe, or Bangkok, which is maybe 2-3 hours long. But even still, it's pretty nice, isn't it, for an A321 to have this sort of config on it. Really, really cool. Alright then, quick look around the in-flight entertainment system on the Vistara A321neo just before we start our descent down into Delhi. Let's have a little look. So we've got a good selection of movies here. Browse the movies. What we got? Lots of Bollywood stuff, as you would expect. But also lots of Western films as well, by the looks of it. What do we got? Suicide Squad, Dune. Quite a nice selection of movies there as well. TV shows, let's see if we've got... I bet you we've got... Yeah, we've got lots of Indian stuff, and I bet you we've got some Young Sheldon as well, maybe, and maybe some Big Bang Theory, which you always get. Let's have a look. Grey's Anatomy, Bear Grylls. Wow, there we go. Big Bang Theory, of course, as on every single flight anywhere in the world. And yeah, a few games and stuff as well, and then the route map as well. Let's have a look at that. Explore mode. Heading to Delhi. Explore mode. Let's have a look. There we go. There's our little route up to Delhi. Aircraft view. Pyong. Above cam. Pyong. Look at that, look. Vistara. Dreamliner there. Which we're not on. Obviously we're on an A321, but yeah, really good. Nice selection of entertainment there anyway on the Vistara A321. I'm not sure what you get back in economy and premium economy, whether you have PTVs and stuff. I think you must do, actually. If you've got an entertainment system like this up here, I imagine you've got it back there as well. Pretty decent.
अन्य किसी जानकारी के लिए आप www.airsewa.gov.in पर लॉगिन कर सकते हैं। धन्यवाद।
Welcome back to Delhi, and they're playing Freebird on their music, which seems quite fitting since I'm about to head home. Yes, nearly there.
Gentlemen, you can continue to check in baggage for belt number 2. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. Thank you. As always, a massive thank you to my patrons for helping to make these videos possible. You can join them at the link on the screen now for access to my WhatsApp group, live Zoom calls with me, and much, much more. Right, here we are then, back in Delhi. Briefly, for the last time on this trip. Thank goodness. I have many questions on how that was awarded. This is not a nice airport to fly through. That's got to be the fastest baggage retrieval I've ever had at Delhi. Just walk straight in, grab my bag, and now straight out. Let's go. Oh, well, here we are then, back in Delhi for one last time before my next flight, which takes me home. Who will I be flying on? Well, hit that subscribe button and you'll find out. But I had a great flight up here with Vistara anyway. They were really cool in business class, weren't they? So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on Vistara, by the way, and let me know down in the comments.
Hi, we're OfferPad, and we want to buy your home. Just go to offerpad.com, enter basic information, and we'll send you a competitive offer.
Hilly Hog, when does the new Boeing 777X come into commercial operation? Well, Hilly Hog, to be honest with you, that's probably a question that I just cannot answer. The launch customer was changed. Is it not? Is it? I can never remember. Is it Lufthansa or American Airlines or someone like that. I can't. Yeah, it is. Boeing have got a lot on their plate at the moment, haven't they? The aircraft has been, you know, it's been flown multiple times now, tested almost to destruction in terms of like cold weather testing, hot weather testing. The engines have been tested to destruction, literally, which all engines have to be. They have to destroy an engine, which is just crazy to think of. Millions of dollars worth of equipment, and they have to destroy it. In fact, I think maybe more than one. Chris Mason, DHL 7575, minutes out. Bell. I'm guessing that this is re Lufthansa. They are considering returning 4 to 8 380s. The other 6 will be returned to Airbus in October. Blimey, where are we going to put them all? It's crazy. So they're going to operate 4 of them potentially. Wow. So that'll be 747s, 380s, 340, 600, 340, 300s, 321s and all the other stuff, 350s in the Lufthansa fleet. It's got to be one of the biggest fleets, hasn't it, in terms of variety of aircraft, I would have thought, wouldn't it be? If that were to happen. Big bank turn. Big bank turn. Going to be another one in a second. Wow, it's an interesting route. Got to turn right at some point, hasn't he? Not nipping over to Schiphol quickly, is he? Where are you going, mate? You got to turn right. America's that way. There we go. Is it? I don't know. Yeah, there we go. It's taking a long way out to do that turn. Yeah. Yeah, that's, wow, over Teddington. That's one of the ones that would have gone over my house when I was living in Teddington. I used to love it. I reminisced the other day of when the 346s used to come out on 09s, when they were on 09s, and I'd be
Why do developers build with Twilio APIs? Because we make it easy to create things. Find best in
A super busy day at Heathrow. I think the crowds are back. Everybody is traveling. It's great to see such a quick rebound. Very, very busy. And now I'm off to Ireland. My first time visiting Ireland. Looking forward and flying Aer Lingus. This is the Aer Lingus flight going on. This lounge has a great view, but all this stuff in front really hinders it. I wish they remove all this stuff and we have a great runway view. Well, just coming out of the lounge, very little food in the lounge. There's only some biscuits, a soup, and traveling with a friend today to Ireland, Charles. Well, I swear to God, this was not a setup. Just got an upgrade like this. And what a welcome gift for me to go to Ireland. Very lucky. While we're waiting to leave, I moved down the seats to another empty seat down here. And this business class cabin is actually sold as economy plus, like a premium economy. I know at least there's 1 or 2 flights with this configuration runs from London to Dublin every day. Sandwich because I was really hungry, and then I have a cup of tea, and yeah, 15-minute flight, and that's it. I'm glad that I'm not on Ryanair to visit Ireland, because I know Ryanair is the biggest carrier from Ireland. I'm glad I flew the Aer Lingus today, and I'm gonna spend 2 days sightseeing around the Isle and go to the cliff and go to other cities, and then we'll be back on Aer Lingus again, fly to Toronto. So we came straight out from the airport, went to the spotting mount here.
Really reminds me of Imperial Hill at LAX. Just looking for some China Southern 777 freighters.
But we do have all Aer Lingus and Ryanair here. Would you prefer the old color, the green color, or actually the white color of Aer Lingus?
I prefer the green by far. Proper Irish, and their call sign is Shamrock. And now I think Aer Lingus have such an Irish identity.
Good morning! Surprise, surprise. What a beautiful day in Ireland. Last night I stayed at this beautiful B&B. Now I'm going to go in to enjoy an Irish breakfast. Then we're going to get on the road for some sightseeing. What's the difference between Irish breakfast and English breakfast?
We're in Ireland.
Right, very nice answer. Driving on the village road or the countryside of Ireland. It's actually a beautiful sight, beautiful day. We drove to the middle of nowhere in Ireland, but it's a stunning castle behind. Here's a question, is like, we must be very lucky today. Is the weather always like this?
Always like in Ireland, yeah. I think about 300 days a year of sunshine, at least. 300
days a year sunshine?
It's a tropical paradise.
I believe you, yeah. Today I met my first YouTube manager, Connor. And Connor was instrumental in 2016, persuaded me to join YouTube, to start doing full-time YouTube, and that's how my channel grew. And this is the man behind.
Paid me the Fulcha Kuji Galiev. It means a million welcomes to Galway.
What's your favorite airplane, Connor?
I would say 757. I've flown Shannon to New York on it, and it's an incredible aircraft.
And this is my gift for you.
No way.
It's my latest book, Air 747. Well, I hope you get to fly a 747. It's not too late.
One day.
There's still a few. Lufthansa still flies it. Yeah, there you go.
I did Malaysian Airlines a few years ago.
Great.
So we're here in Shannon Airport, which I've always thought is quite an interesting airport. It's sort of a frontier town, especially back in the old days. It was very underdeveloped compared to the east coast of Ireland. In fact, when Aer Lingus started flying here with jets to North America in 1960, most of West Ireland wasn't even electrified. So you'd fly in a jet and then you'd go to a house and live by candlelight. What's interesting is that to help with the development of the West Coast, every flight that came from the United States to Ireland had to stop here by law. You couldn't just fly to Dublin, you had to go US, Shannon, Dublin, and same in return, Dublin, Shannon, USA.
Here we are after a beautiful country drive. I just arrived at Cleveland. That's the Ireland I want to see. And I guess America's far, far that way. And that's my next stop. There are many advantages using VPN. Personally, I use Surfshark VPN to bypass internet censorship, to find cheaper travel, and to secure my data. Internet censorship is a huge pain when you're traveling to another country where social media like Facebook, YouTube, and Google Mail is blocked. I use Surfshark VPN to hop to another country to bypass the internet restrictions. And even better, I use just one Surfshark VPN subscription to access multiple Netflix library. With the help of Surfshark VPN, I can also connect to another country to find cheaper air ticket, cheaper hotel, and cheaper rental car. Just like many frequent travelers, we often travel and use public Wi-Fi at a hotel or the airport. They're not secure. When I want to send sensitive information, I use Surfshark VPN to encrypt and secure my data. Now, here's the best deal for my viewer. Get Surfshark VPN at surfshark.com/Sam. Enter promo code SAM. You will get more than 80% off and 3 additional months subscription for free. Good morning, I'm back at Dublin Airport. Today, flying out of beautiful country Ireland. Had a fantastic stay, really lovely people and really wonderful sights. Now I'm gonna fly on Aer Lingus Transatlantic. At the airport, I just met up 2 Aer Lingus cabin crew. Where you guys came from?
Just came from New York right now.
Oh, you just flew from New York? Has it been a good flight?
Yeah, it was actually quite
The
cool.
A330?
A330, yes.
You know, I love the shamrock, the green color ones.
Beautiful, actually.
But you're not from Irish. I hear your accent.
We're both Spanish.
Yeah.
Really?
Barcelona,
So I'm surprised. I thought there's only Irish crew on this airline. Yeah? How long you been working for?
Actually, since 2019, and he was
2018.
Oh, really? Like it?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I can't wait today. My first long-haul flight, Aer Lingus. I'm in the Aer Lingus lounge and it's got a great view of the apron, and I got carried away plane spotting a little bit. Lounge is rather simple. There's 2 floors and there's a limited food, and there's only a soup and some biscuit and some cake. In Dublin here, there's also a US pre-clearance, so you can clear and then arrive at domestic flight in the US. So while waiting to board our flight to Toronto, I met a legend here. Dan is here. He actually flew on the very first Air Canada 747 as a press. And then later you flew on the Ward Air 747. If anyone knows what Ward Air is. What do you think about Aer Lingus?
I wish they'd use a 330 on this flight rather than this 320.
But you came on the 321.
Yeah.
You came on that.
Yeah,
so this is the thing. How is it like to sit long haul in 6-7 hours in economy like that, you know?
When the food carts and the beverage carts get rolling, then the washrooms are unavailable because everything is in the rear, unless you're flying business class up front. But It's generally a well-operated flight. They make lots of announcements. The crew is very friendly. They do anything for you. Yeah, my wife lost an earring on the way over, and we waited, and they went down and they hunted under the seats for her earring. But anyway, we couldn't find it. It wasn't expensive. So getting to Ireland back in the day was so much fun. You would book through a club or some kind of a sports association, and you would get very cheap flights over on 707s, and
But you're a legend now. Aren't you glad you've flown on all the 707s? Like, who else would have a chance to fly on these old 70s?
They were like black smoke coming out of the engines, roaring down the runway for miles before they took off. You wondered if everybody had bought too much at the duty free and the plane would never take off. But yeah, the 707s were a great plane. The wings were wobbling, and the noise was incredible. I always like to sit in the back, and the noise was just horrendous.
Unbelievable noise. Yeah. Single body transatlantic, here I come again, 7 hours. Let's see how that goes.
Hello there, welcome. Just need to fill in forms for a second.
So this is the same plane I flew from London to Dublin, the 321neo long range, full flight business class. Today, whole flight's full, completely full. Let's put that to a stress test. I swapped the seats with another passenger because they want to sit together. One thing I have noticed now on the short single aisle flights, the boarding takes longer because the double aisle has 2 aisles. The boarding takes much faster. Takeoff, just finished lunch. Lunch is beautifully presented, very nice salmon, beef, a little bit aged, a little bit cooked, a little bit well done on the beef, but overall it was a great meal. I did ask for a Guinness beer, but they didn't have it. They said it's due to pressure problem on the air cabin. I think that was just so funny, but I enjoyed a glass of red wine. So now it's time to lay flat and take a nap across the Atlantic. Like it or not, the smaller airplanes are dominating the sky. There's going to be more A321 coming because I know Air Canada, United, they all have ordered the A321 extra long range, which will come after certification in 2023. So sooner or later, the transatlantic is going to be more of these kind of narrow body plane. The upside of this is you can do direct flights. You can do very thin routes direct flight. You don't have to go to connecting busy airport like London Heathrow or JFK anymore. But the downside is that it's narrower, it's not twin aisle, and if you have very bad headwind, it can fly a little bit slower, maybe half an hour slower.
Now on our final approach, we'll be touching down in the next couple of minutes, so we'd recommend a final check on your seatbelt, please. You're supposed to be down.
Here's my final thought. I think the A321LR and XLR might become the dominant transatlantic fleet in the future, given they have the right size and the right range. I have a wonderful transatlantic flight on Aer Lingus in business class, but I can only hope all the airlines in the world can adopt a better legroom in economy class on these A321 long-range airplane trans-ocean. Thank you for watching today. Welcome to eBase, Europe's largest business aviation show. We're gonna experience the latest and the future business aviation together in the video.
We achieved a supersonic flight.
It's like a flying car here. The global premiere of the Dassault Falcon 6X. My first time inside the eVTOL. I don't fly it, like some computers flying it. Who doesn't like it? BBJ, right? The space here. I lost count. How many engines this airplane has?
There's actually 30 engines.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the new Bombardier Global 8000 aircraft. The Global 8000 will be the fastest civil airplane since the Concorde. Our test aircraft repeatedly broke the sound barrier. A NASA chase airplane confirmed it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we achieved a supersonic flight. And we did this with using sustainable aviation fuel. The Global 8000 entering service in 2025.
Here she is, beautiful model of the Bombardier Global 8000 just announced at eBase today. The airplane is going to fly further, 8,000 nautical miles at a faster speed at Mach 94. In fact, they just mentioned during the test they went over supersonic speed on a business aviation liner. Welcome to all the Gulfstream lineup at eBase, from the entry level to the top range. Let's explore them all.
This is kind of our latest and greatest avionics. We call it Symmetry. Symmetry flight deck, and you're going to see commonality in the 500, the 600, the 700, and then our newest products, the 400 and the 800, will all virtually be identical cockpits. In some of the future aircraft, like the 700, 800, you're going to have dual HUD. A lot of touch screens. We have 10 individual touch screens. The 4 main display units are manipulated through what we call a cursor control device, kind of a computer mouse, and then the rest of them are touch screen. And we also have swipe gestures, kind of like you're used to on an iPhone or an iPad.
And there's dual away with the yoke, so now it's all side stick flying.
Correct, and go ahead and move it. You'll notice that it mimics your movement.
Fly-by-wire.
And so not only is it fly-by-wire, we call it an active control stick, active side stick. And we're the first in the industry to have that. And of course, that gives you really good situational awareness on what the other pilot's up to.
On board the flagship of Gulfstream, finally.
This is the flagship, Sam. This is the G700, the largest aircraft in its class. 7,500 nautical mile range on this airplane. And in this airplane now we have 4 living areas spaced out. The areas for work, areas for relaxation, areas for dining, and then back here in the back of the aircraft we can close it off and we can create a nice bedroom environment.
See, in Gulfstream family, the numbers higher means the bigger the space, the longer. How far this airplane can fly?
This airplane can fly 7,500 nautical miles non-stop. And as an example of what we did coming over here to Geneva, we flew Savannah to Geneva non-stop, 7 hours and 37 minutes on completely sustainable fuel. The benefit of this aircraft is its cabin altitude. So at that altitude that we flew over at, we were right around 2,900 feet on the cabin altitude.
According to the website, this airplane costs about $75 million, which is right now the flagship of Gulfstream. I love the badge. He has a no plane, no gain. This is why we are here. But Mr. Ad, I want to know what are the differences 3 years ago to eBay's 2019. Now we are eBay's 2022. What's new here?
Oh, the technology, Sam, has advanced by leaps and bounds. Today we have on display electric aircraft. We've got flying cars. We've got hydrogen aircraft. The state of the technology has made quantum leaps forward, and so has the enthusiasm within the industry. On-demand air mobility, the ability to get where you need to go, when you need to go there, safely, securely, and sustainably. That's on display.
This is why I come to the show. I get all the cool gadgets here. This is so cool. No plane, no gain.
Who becomes a Twilio developer? People who code as a side hustle. People who...
Oh, this is pretty unreal. This is not just a car, right? This is a car that flies, like a flying car here. Like I can see there's actually the altimeter, there's also all the gauges instrument, not just the car one, but also the aviation combined. How cool is that? How far are we away from driving or flying a flying car?
Yeah, it's sooner than you think. So this is actually an aircraft you can park in your own garage. You drive it to an airstrip, and then in 5 minutes you fold it from that into this. So this is actually the aircraft mode. So in 3 to 5 minutes you unfold the rotor blades, the propeller, and then you can take off wherever you want to go.
3 to 5 minutes, you can convert from a car to a plane.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is it a manual conversion? How do you convert it? Is it complicated?
Yeah, it's partly manual, partly automatic. So you pull out the tail, then you fold the rotor blades forward, then you push a button and the whole system goes up. And then you have a rotor of about 11 meters that will take you 500 kilometers in distance.
My friend looks like Elon Musk here, but he's maybe the Elon Musk of eVTOL, right? So introduce about this aircraft, Yihang. It looks very interesting.
Well, thank you so much for that compliment. I think that's more dedicated to our CEO and founder, but I appreciate that a lot. Anyhow, guys, what you see here is the first fully autonomous and electrical passenger drone on this planet. It's not a prototype, it's a serial model and already in full operations in certain markets worldwide. It has 16 rotors, all of them are connected with their own electrical engine, so it's 100% sustainable, zero emissions, and all of them are linked with their own battery. So you have a very high level of redundancy. 4 of them can stop working and you still stay safely up in the air. It goes at top speed of 130 kilometers per hour over a flight distance of 35 kilometers and can carry up to 2 passengers with a payload of 230 kilograms.
Well, you know, we saw lots of those futuristic stuff. This is just like a DJI drone. Imagine 16 rotors to launch, right? Let me try out the cabin, see if it's comfortable.
Sure.
All right.
Inside.
This is my first time inside the eVTOL. This is it? Wow. So, how do I fly this thing? I don't fly it, like some computer's flying it.
Absolutely. Basically, the cabin is meant for 2 passengers, so you don't need a pilot, but the artificial intelligence, the autopilot, is your pilot.
Oh, so it's actually controlled by a computer on the ground. I guess the next step in our dream is coming out of our house, taking one of these eVTOL, vertical takeoff, and go to our destination landing. That will be the future. I'm at the global premiere of the Dassault Falcon 6X. First time they're showing this airplane, Captain. Let's go inside and check it out.
Let's go inside.
I'm just sitting in the cockpit here at the 6X, Captain Philippe. Now, big question.
Yes.
When the airplane will enter service?
So, as our EXO said, by mid next year, we are well advanced in the flight testing phase and also in the certification phase.
So what's your maximum cruising altitude on this airplane?
Oh, it will be flight level 510, which is very high, but usually we will finish the trip at 47. There's no real point climbing higher. Even 47,000, you're above all the rest of the traffic, so you have no congestion at all.
I see a very colorful EFA screen here. Are these touch screen or
no,
what are the improvements here?
The improvements are in the quality of the navigation map, and you see that you have got all the airfields in the world with full detail on the parking stand, the taxiways, and so that's easy for, designed for us by Honeywell, okay? and you have got the iNav with much better resolution, and on this iNav you can see all the surrounding traffics.
There's so many jets I've seen. What can you summarize Dassault Falcon in one word?
Fighter DNA.
Right, so we're Top Guns here. I'm Maverick and you're Goose.
All right, okay.
Three years ago, I remember I was sitting in the mock-up at Paris Air Show, and now I'm sitting on the real airplane. And then there's a double SOFA. Of course, it can convert to a real bag. It's always great to be on board BBJ. Who doesn't like it? BBJ, right? The space here. Great to see you, Captain.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sam. Welcome aboard. Today we're on a BBJ.
transition Charlie airspace.
Easley 402, you are 47 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect VOR DME Zulu runway 28 approach via Charlie Hotel India transition. Cleared to Charlie Hotel India. Fox 11 Varanasi Center. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Easley 2521, you are 46 miles south. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect VOR DME Zulu runway 28 approach via Sierra Kilo Alpha transition. Cleared to Sierra Kilo Alpha.
Cleared through Charlie airspace Fox 11.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Expect VOR DME Zulu runway 28 approach via Charlie Hotel India transition. Cleared to Charlie Hotel India Italy 402. Descend and maintain 10,000 feet. Expect VOR DME Zulu runway 28 approach via Sierra Kilo Alpha transition. Cleared to Sierra Kilo Alpha Italy 2521. Fox 11 traffic is 1 o'clock, 2 miles at 13,500 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Aria 1732 heavy traffic is 4 o'clock, 2 miles at 17,000 feet. Report them in sight.
Fox 11 traffic in sight.
Aria 1732 heavy have the traffic.
Delhi Tower Fox 11 is 15 miles southwest 13,600 feet with Charlie to land.
Fox 11 Delhi Tower. Altimeter 29er.9er, 2 wind 269er at tree. Enter left traffic runway 29er.
Enter left traffic runway 29er Fox 11.
Vistara 708 exit runway when able. 708, exit runway when able. Star 708, contact ground on 121.625. Going to 121.625, the Star 708. Flight jet 29er tree for exit runway when able.
Bank angle.
Clear to land runway 29er Fox 11.
SpiceJet 29er tree 4, turn next taxiway.
1,000.
Delhi Towers, SpiceJet 375615 miles southeast inbound 4 DME runway 29er approach. SpiceJet 3756 Delhi Towers.
200.
Altimeter 29er.9er 2 wind 269er at tree. Cleared VOR DME runway 29er approach.
100.
VOR DME runway 29er approach.
40.
SpiceJet 3756.
30. 20. 10.
Fox 11 exit runway when able. Fox 11 contact ground on 121.75.
121.75 for Fox 11.
532. Follow the generic on final.